So on the controller, let's have a look at one of the switches again. So I'll have a look at this 3500. When we look at flows, we can see once again that DNS traffic is being intercepted and sent to the controller for further processing. What does it look like on the switch? So I'll log into the switch. As you can see here, this is a 3500 while switch running 15.17 version of software. I'll type show run. You can see that most interfaces are disabled on the switch. This is the important piece. You need to enable SNMP on the switch because Network Protector configures some options on the switches using SNMP. And notice here under OpenFlow we have various controllers configured, but the only controller that's being used for this demonstration is controller 12 with IP address 192.168.56.12. That's the Network Protector controller. So we've enabled OpenFlow globally on the switch. We've created two instances. The instance that we're using for this demonstration is instance VLAN 40, which has a member VLAN of 40. So the host in VLAN 40 is having its traffic intercepted and sent to controller with IP address 192.168.56.12. We're using OpenFlow 1.3, and we've enabled the OpenFlow instance. That configuration is very similar to the configuration of other switches in this example. Here I'll type show OpenFlow instance of VLAN 40, and in the output we can see that the negotiated version of OpenFlow is 1.3. The VLAN that OpenFlow is enabled on is VLAN 40. We can see the data path identifier of the switch. On provision switches, the least significant 48 bits is the MAC address, most significant 16 bits is the VLAN number. And importantly, at the bottom here we can see that we are connected to the controller and the connection is active. Show OpenFlow instance VLAN 40 flows. This shows us the OpenFlow table or tables on the switch. And if we scroll down, we can see this flow entry. Ether type is IP version 4. IP protocol is UDP. Destination port is 53. MAC addresses and other information are set to wildcards. In other words, they're not used. The controller ID that we're sending traffic to is controller 12. Notice apply actions, controller port. Traffic that is matched by this flow entry, in other words, DNS, is going to be forwarded to the controller for processing.